Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Es la super comadre Claudia de RadioCristalUSA.com. Hi, and welcome back to the recording of my latest show of La Super Comadre of RadioCristalUSA.com. So I know it's been a while, but I'm back. It's July. Sometimes it gets a little slow. But anyways, I'm here, and we changed the time up today again. Summer hours are a little bit different, but we record every Tuesday so that way you can join us. You can join us live. You can listen to us live as well on RadioCristalUSA.com online. You can also join us on YouTube, join us on Facebook Live. And we're just here because we want to make sure that we bring amazing guests, stories, resources that you could use for yourself, your family, your business, and beyond. So, bienvenidos al show de la Super Comadre Claudia de RadioCristalUSA.com, y yo soy la Super Comadre Claudia. Bueno, pues mira, I wanted to start first with a few thank yous and words. I just had a birthday last week, and we had an event. I guess you would say it was a birthday party that my group of really close comadres and friends and compadres helped put together. And this was the dream birthday party that I've been wanting, the adult dream birthday party that I've been wanting for the longest time. And one of the things I learned along the way in the last 20, 30 years, I guess, or 20 years, 25, is that if you want something, you just got to put it out there and do it yourself and not wait. Even as many hints you might give to your significant other, I'll just leave it at that. Sometimes you just have to put it out there and do it yourself. And for the last 13 and 12 years, I guess, because I have two amazing daughters, one that's having a birthday today. She's July 20th, and she's turning 12, and my oldest just turned 13 a month ago. So for the last 13 years, it's been all about las piñatas for the kids, and that's what you do when you are a mom, a dad, a tía, a tío, a godmother, abuelita. It's all about doing the birthday parties for the kid. It's not about you anymore, and that's cool. But this year, they were gone for about a month visiting their family, which they need to go see their family, of course, and I'm all for that. And so I was kind of here not planning birthday parties anymore. And so I thought, okay, so I don't have a birthday party to plan because my kids are not here. And then my comadres, some friends of mine that I went to San Antonio with said, hey, so what are we doing for your birthday? I'm like, I really hadn't thought about it. It's been 13 years since I've done anything for myself. And they're like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, I like to sing. I like to dance. I do want to go. I want to have something, but not at my house because I don't want to clean up afterwards. But I don't want to go to a club because it's too loud. And I want to be able to talk with people and dance and sing, but not in a really loud place. And so I put that out there, and within 48 hours, kid you not, within 48 hours, I had a location, I had food, I had a DJ, I had a backdrop, I had a photographer, a videographer, everything that I put out there, it just magically came together. And I kid you not, it's been a week. It's going to be a week tomorrow. And I am still so grateful, so blessed for everyone that came and was there. And for those that didn't make it, but were enjoying it via Facebook Live and the pictures, it was a magical time for me. And I just want to say thank you to the following people that made this happen. Starting with Mike over at Napoli's Wine and Cafe, who hosted this event, who made sure we had great eats and amazing drinks. DJ Freddie B. I gave him my music list from the 80s, and he played every single song I gave him. And you're not supposed to tell the DJ what to play because the DJs know what to play. But he's like, whatever you want, I will play. I'm like, okay, so you played everything I asked for. And then he did karaoke. I love to sing. Ilsa Garcia, who was the madrina, I'll call them madrinos, right? Madrinas and padrinos. Madrina of the cake. She went and got an amazing cake. And then she also had some koozies, some party favors made, which we forgot to pass out. But she made those, and I was like, everybody, I was like literally in tears half of the time I was there. Leslie Monterroso, She was my madrina, I guess you would say, of la piñata that she bought from Las Delicias Mexicanas. Maritza Duran, she came and decorated the place with 80s stuff, and she set up a backdrop for a photo booth, I guess you would say. And then Blanca Beltran, who brought her ring light and set it up so people could put their camera and you could take pictures with the backdrop. Marianne Garcia, who was a madrina of tarjetas. And typically the tarjetas are the little cards that are passed out like at birthdays or weddings or baptisms or funerals. And they typically have like a little prayer or words that say thank you. And then Chris Pignon, I want to give an amazing shout out to Chris Pignon, my padrino of photography and videography. He came to pictures, professional pictures, did the videos, did little videos here and there. And I just want to say thank you, because there were many times that evening where I just sat in the back and I was just enjoying people coming together and talking. A lot of people meeting each other for the first time, because I had friends that were there that I've known since elementary school, middle school, high school, college, when I was a teacher, when I was a principal, when I became a mom, when I came back to the classroom, you know, from the organizations that I belong to, the boards that I work with. It was just magical to see everybody come together. And I don't want to start crying, but I probably will. But I'm going to close out my opening with a shout out for our picture of the day. That's Chris Pignon. I just wanted to share a few words from the little cards that were actually bigger cards that were sent, that we had passed out that day. And this is Marianne Garcia. I thought she was going to print a little piece of paper and pass it out. No, she showed up with these amazing cards printed with the poem that I came across in a bathroom stall. So I went to the bathroom one day and I was freshening up for an interview, and I looked up on the wall and there was this amazing quote. It's super long, but I'm only going to read a few things. And I'll start with the beginning. This is your life. Do what you love and do it often. If you don't like something, change it. If you don't like your job, quit it. If you don't have enough time to stop watching TV, if you don't have enough time, stop watching TV. And this is where it really hits me. If you're looking for the love of your life, stop. They will be waiting for you when you start doing the things you love. Life is simple. Travel often. Getting lost will help you find yourself. And I've gotten lost many times. Life is about the people you meet and the things you create with them. So go out and start creating. Live your dream. Life is short. And wear your passion. So this is a quote that I found in a bathroom stall that really spoke to me. And I just immediately thought, when my friends were coming together to put this together for me, I thought this is something that I want to share with them, because this is part of what I've been working on and moving forward with, not just for myself, but for the students that I work with, for the parents of those students that I work with, for the teachers that I work with, for my own 2 daughters that I cherish and I love. So wear your passion. And that's what life is about, because you never know what tomorrow may bring or may not bring. And the best thing we can do is just live each day, be present, and move forward with all the wonderful things that we have in our hearts and our minds. And take care of yourself first, so that you can make those things happen. So welcome to La Super Comadre Claudia show. So there's my piñata right there. Marisa Dura, this is Leslie Contreras, and she actually had a piñata made that looked like me. So, and these are a few pictures. This is, again, I put together an 80s look. It was my nod to Madonna. We had people dress up. It became an 80s party. So it was just a little small get together that turned into an amazing, amazing, magical celebration. My parents even came. My dad even danced. Had friends that I worked with a long time ago, friends that I work with now. They just came and they had a great time. And I am so glad and I'm so blessed to be on this planet at this moment, at this time. I'm honored and I'm humbled to have crossed paths with every person that has crossed my path. Whether it was when I was 5 years old, when I was 15 years old, when I was 35 years old, when I was 45 years old. So, gracias and welcome. All right, comadre, where are you, Liliana? ¿Cómo estás?
Aquí llorando. You made me cry.
You know, I
So
do.
beautiful, so beautiful. All your words, they touched me. Qué bonito.
You know,
Happy birthday again.
thank you. Yes,
It's
yes.
still your month.
It's still my birthday month. I've been celebrating since July 1st.
Yeah. En todo el año vamos a seguirle.
All year long. You know what? Last year didn't count because we were in a pandemic. So like go all out this time.
Double party.
Yes. So comadre Liliana, how are you doing? What is new with you and what's been going on?
Well, I'm so happy. We have great sponsors making possible for us to be on air and
Nice.
all the entire year. Thank you so much to all our sponsors. I want to mention some of them. I want to mention Patron Real Humble. Alma Latina is now our new sponsor. Thank you so much. And also San Miguel Event Hall in Pasadena. And also Aroma Mexican Artisan Kitchen in Katy. And also I would like to mention Awesome Maid Service. If you need your house to be cleaned, Awesome Maid is a place. Perfect. So call them, find them on Facebook. They service Katy area and the surrounding areas in Katy.
I have a question about Awesome Maid Service. Do you get to choose? Do they have like pictures we could pick from, like who we want?
I don't know. Call them.
Just kidding.
All right. Thank you so much, comadre, for all you do. And tell us, who is your special guest today?
Oh my gosh, I have an amazing, amazing special guest today for you all to meet. His name is Roland Martinez. And Roland Martinez, yes, he has an amazing story. He has this business that he started up, and it is revolutionizing networking. And I am excited to bring him on to share because, like, you know, Super Comadre Liliana, anyone that comes on board with us, it's someone that has a story, a resource, a journey that could potentially support or help someone else that's listening. So I'm excited to have him on today. Woo!
Thank you. Roland, where are you? Yeah, ahí está.
Hey, how are y'all?
How are you? Welcome.
Yo me voy.
I'm good. I'm a little hungry now with those sponsors, but
right?
I was like, ooh, Alma Latina.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. I'll see you by the end of the show. I'll be right here.
Yes.
Controlling everything.
All right. So it's going to be an amazing time. So what I'd like to do is go over, like, who are you? What do you do? Where do you do what you do? Why do you do it? And how can we get in touch with you? So pretty much it's a who, what, when, where, why, and how about you. So let's start off first with, well, ¿Quién es Roland Martinez? Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from. So talk to us, share.
Yeah, so I won't go too far back, right? I was born in 84. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so born and raised in Corpus Christi. Moved to Houston when I was 20. Wanted to pursue business. So moved here and moved in with my my cousin and his wife, for a couple of weeks until I found my place. She was actually pregnant and they had a 2-year-old son. So, and then they were also taking care of their niece and nephew. So they were like, why not, man? Come, you can help with the kids and, everything else. So when people ask me why I'm not married and why I don't have kids, I think I'm still traumatized from a pregnant wife and a 2-year-old. But yeah, moved here. He gave me great advice. I came here. I just knew I wanted to, pursue business, and Houston was always. I was always infatuated with Houston. It was a big city, and I had family here and stuff. And so, the advice he gave me was, man, go out and get a job where you can meet people. And I said, well, where does that exist? Where can I do that? And there was a restaurant that was kind of down the street from his place. And so I went there and got a job at the restaurant. And then from there was a gym that opened up. I went to that gym and became a personal trainer and started selling, training and spent about 3 years there. And I actually met a lady who's still a really good friend of mine, and loved the way that I ran the gym. After about 6 months, I got promoted to general manager of the gym, and so she loved the way I ran the gym. She loved my sales techniques, the whole deal. Gave me an opportunity to go work for her company, marketing health insurance. So I did that, and I loved it. I marketed health insurance for 3 years, and Fortune 500 companies, top producer, and then I got pursued to go into PEO. So I did that and was a business consultant for 2 years. And then I had the opportunity to start a fuel company with a really good friend of mine that was actually a client. And started a fuel company and spent, about 10 to 12 years in the oil and gas industry, and, got out of the oil and gas industry, built a company, sold my book of business, and, said, I'd call my cousin one day, and we were, during that time, Claudia, I'll kind of back up a little bit, but during that time, when you're in that industry and you're in health insurance and you're in PEO and you're in those industries, I really had to network my tail off to build my book of business, right? To go out there and meet people, and it was something I've never done before. So the advice was, you're going from, being a personal trainer to coming into this world. You've got to join chambers, you've got to join organizations, you've got to network. And so I did it. I didn't like doing it. I'm an introvert. I don't like going out and meeting with strangers and asking them what they do. But it had to be done. And so anyway, long story long, I spent 10 to 12 years doing that. And after I sold my last book of business in the oil industry, I was always infatuated with technology. So I wanted to start a company that could help the next generation of business professionals network and succeed a heck of a lot faster than it took me to do it the old school way. So that's my story, kind of, as fast as I can tell it. From the moment you now.
I want to take you back to when you got here, you became the uncle, right? The fun uncle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I still would like to think of myself as that guy, but yeah.
The Funkle. So you have a title. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
The Funkle. That's me. Fun uncle. There you go. You got to get it right. Very proudly. Right. So when you got here and you were doing this, you got into the restaurant business, gym trainer. My question is, how did you, and this is for anyone that's listening too, because like you're right about the sales, you're right about cold calls, you're right about all that, and then you saying that you're an introvert, which I can't even imagine or believe.
Everybody says that, yeah.
Like what?
I said everybody tells me that, but I so am.
No, so not that. You can't tell. So what is it that helped you, I guess, put yourself out there? Like, what was it that you were feeling? What did you become that feeling? You had to do those sales pitches or those sales calls. What made you so successful with that?
It wasn't. I didn't look at it like I was selling. I looked at it like I was helping people. So in my 20s or before, before I moved to Houston, I always had this stigma about sales. I was always like, I had an opportunity to to join different companies, and I just never was really excited about sales. Mm-hmm. And I was very athletic growing up, and so when I was 20 and I moved here and I had the opportunity to go to the gym, I realized that it really wasn't selling. Excuse me. It was more convincing people to allow us to help them, right? Because a lot of times it's they're just not knowledgeable about what they're looking to do. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy. I'm still very, very close with the very first person that I sold personal training to, and I'll never forget. It was she had a wedding coming up. It was her only daughter's wedding, and it took me a long time to kind of get to that point. she was like, I joined the gym because I want to get healthy. I joined the gym because, I want to lose weight. I joined the gym because this or that. And after talking to her for a while, I found out that she was really, really, really excited about looking good for those pictures at the wedding. And it was going to last forever. And so, she ended up signing up and she ended up killing it. She ended up, being with me for a year. And, I'll never forget the day she walked in with those wedding photos and looked amazing and started crying and the whole deal. And for me, that was the passion. It wasn't necessarily going and hitting my sales goal or any of that, any of those things. It was just helping, and if they couldn't afford it, hey, that's fine. I would still write out the exercise, write out the programs for them. And I would still, take care of them. And I just kind of transitioned to everything I've done throughout my career. So again, I loved your quote. And I think if you're passionate about what you do, the success will follow. And so, for me, that's what it was. I was very passionate about, helping my clients, and ultimately it's gotten us, it's gotten us to this point. We really created InCrowd for the people who network and the people who hustle and the people who grind and that spend, 8 to 5 every single day, that have a family at home, but they still take the time to go to a networking event, at 5:30 from 5:30 to 8. And, they do that 2 or 3 times a week. So we wanted to create a technology that can help them do it a lot more efficiently and help them succeed and close those deals that may have otherwise been lost if, they lost a business card or missed an event, or it was raining outside, the kid was sick, they couldn't attend in person. We wanted to kind of give them an opportunity to attend, not lose a business card, not be without theirs, and succeed. So yeah, that's it.
Follow that passion. So now you're going into my next question, which is all about your app. Talk to us about, and it's on the screen right now, for those of us that are just joining or you're listening but not being able to see what's going on, we are now showing the site on Facebook for the InCrowd app. N as in the letter N, and then crowd, and then APP app. So go ahead, if you are listening, to go ahead and take a look at it, a chance to explore this site. And on the side, I want Roland, I like the story here. I met you at a networking event up in the Woodlands. It was Pablo's networking event that I went to. We belong in similar organizations and supporting each other. So Isa and I, we call it Fuimos Pa'l Norte, because it's far. Like, we had to make sure we packed the lunch, we stopped along the way for the bathroom. There was an amazing, it was like a journey just to get up to the Woodlands. We came across like 4 car accidents. There was a suicide attempt, and we almost turned back around. But we're like, no, we're going to go because we're going to go support, Pablo. We're going to support each other. And that's what it's about, supporting each other in the networking events. And so I get there, and I loved it. It had already started because we got there a little bit late. But we were able to hear some of the stories and the people that were there. And then I get a chance to meet you one-on-one. You just have an incredible story about why the InCrowd app. Because I still have business cards. I'm like you, I'm a lot older. And so I straddle the world of digital. I got one foot in the paper and pencil, obviously, look at my notes that were peed on, and one foot in, by my turtle, and one foot in the digital app world. So I'm just like, and I really haven't let go of one to jump force in the other, but I do use social media, digital apps a little bit more than the normal person my age. Right. So the story about the time that you were like going to this network, you're getting there, and then boom, what happened?
Yeah, so it's a super funny story. I'll give you the PG version of the conversation. But yeah, I was kind of, I was doing what I do. I was going to a networking event, and I was leaving Pasadena, and I drove from Pasadena to Katy for this networking event that I found on Eventbrite or wherever I found it. And so, I cruise all the way over there. I'm on the phone. I'm going 100 miles an hour, doing what I do. And, I pull up, and I'm kind of like, this is okay. And I'm sitting in my truck. I'm on the phone. I'm watching the people that are walking in, and I'm going, this doesn't seem like an oil and gas event or whatnot. And so, you know, I finally, I walk in, I put the name tag on, I start working the room. And after about 30, 45 minutes, I start realizing this is not an oil and gas event. I think it was a real estate or an insurance or just a general business event. And I was, you know, getting text messages and phone calls. Where you at? You're supposed to be here by now. And I'm like, wait, send me the location. It was actually in the city. I went to the wrong event. And when I showed up, there was nobody relative to my business. You know, so I had a couple of cocktails and left there and was frustrated. So called my cousin, who's now my co-founder, you know, our co-founder at InCrowd, and called him. And I said, man, I don't know why, you know, it was just, again, there was a PG version, right? And so I'm just going off. I'm frustrated. It's, you know, and I'm like, I don't know why there's not an app, you know, that, you know, I would have been able to see who's attending the event before the event. I would have been able to see business profiles. I would have been able to chat with these people. You know, then I could have exchanged digital business cards. So that would have saved me so much time, you know, because, you know, I drove all the way across town. So I said, I don't know why there's not an app that does this in today's world. And he said, wait, tell me again. And I said, yeah, just an app where you can see events. When you RSVP, people can see you, you can see them, you can view business profiles, you can see who's relevant to your business all before you get there, chat. And so when you arrive, you know who you're targeting, you can get in and out. And then instead of exchanging business cards, you can connect and exchange digital business cards that are archived in the app. You can call, chat, email directly from the platform. You can ensure that they don't lose your card, you don't lose theirs. And I was just going on and on and on. And he just said, oh my God, dude, when do you create that? And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, I don't even know how to add an email to my cell phone, right? Let's be honest. We're going to create an app. So, you know, fast forward, and we did. That was, you know, 3 years ago. So we went through the process of creating it. And that's how InCrowd was born, just a frustrating experience.
Look at this. And that's the beauty of it is.
Look at those guys.
There you go. There's some people right there that you recognize.
Yeah.
This was the event where I had a chance to connect and get to learn more about you. Oh, there we go. I think you're telling me your story right there.
Probably. Yeah.
But so, you know, I'm an educator. That's my background. I've been in education all my life and still at it. One of the things that I'm constantly teaching even my own kids and my students and the parents that I work with as well is that we have to let children and young adults feel frustrated. We need to let them feel that, you know, that hurt or that anger, you know, and give them the tools so they can continue moving forward. You know, you just talked about a situation where with the typical person, like, we're done, I'm over it. But it's like you took that and you used it to fuel this now your InCrowd app. Now talk to a little bit about also y'all just recently received an accolade, and I think I saw it on your website about something about Latino owned tech business. What was that accolade that you received?
Yeah, so, you know, there's not a lot of Latinos in tech. So, you know, we're one of the few, I don't want to say one of the only, but one of the few Latinos in tech, and we're definitely one of the only networking apps out there that's Latino owned. So we're Latino owned and female owned. We've been the official networking app of the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce at their national convention and annual summit. We're going to be, you know, we're very, very excited to be that at this year's summit, and it happens to be in Vegas. Fine, I'll go. And so, yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm like, Vegas, fine, I'll take it. And so, you know, we also had the opportunity to work with L-Band out of Stanford. You know, it's a Latino business initiative, and, you know, in technology, and you know, we had to apply to that. We had it, you know, it was a cohort, and you know, we were able to meet so many amazing Latino business owners, and we have made so many amazing connections. But yeah, we pride ourselves on that. Yeah. You know, it's an industry that not a lot of Latinos go into. And we're really excited about, paving the way and, and hoping to raise awareness, for Latinos in tech. And we're very proud of that.
Wow. That's a big deal. Huge announcement news for you guys, because I mean, it's so, you're right. It's so needed. It's so needed. And without you even knowing, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but your presence and your organization and the people that lead it, it's such an amazing, I don't want to sound cheesy or anything, but it's great role models. I mean, you are putting yourself out there, pushing forward. And then for people that are younger than me, younger than you, kids, whatever, that see this, because we have a lot of kids, on here doing all this all day, pandemic. I know, I let my kids get on it too. But then one thing I try to twist, do a twist on that is, why don't you learn to be the ones creating stuff that other people can get on, like this? So
yeah, and and we're very big on equality and being female owned. One of our co-founders is a female and Latina female, and I don't have any kids of my own, but I have cousins and that are female, females in their 12, 13 years old, and so I'm always, any opportunity I have to talk to them, I'm always talking about equality and the power of the mind. And like you said, technology has leveled the playing field. Way back when it was all about size and strength and muscle and swinging the hammer. But we always, any opportunity we have, to kind of talk about that, we harp on that. We push that message in that, in that it's here now, and this is all equal up here. So
exactly,
technology can be done by anybody, big, small, it doesn't matter. It's up here. So we're really excited to kind of pave the way for that. Hopefully.
That's amazing. So let me ask you this. So where do you see InCrowd in the future, maybe the next 5 years? What's rolling out? What's next? Talk to us.
Yeah. So, our goal is to have it, go viral, right? So every single person that does business, anybody who has a business card would have InCrowd. We're working, very closely with Houston Young Professionals right now. They share the same passion as we do, and we're kind of hoping to flip the industry on its head in that, there's two things, Claudia. I respect the people that put on the networking events so much, because I know what goes into putting on networking events. And quite honestly, without those organizations, I wouldn't have the opportunity to have networked and to meet the people that I've met and get, get to the position that we're in. So I have the utmost respect for any organization that's working their tail off to put on networking events and bring people together. Mm-hmm. And talking to Freddie Gorgeous over at Houston Young Professionals, we've been talking to him and Sylvia for a very long time. Yeah. We had the opportunity to work with the USHEC on a national level, but when we wanted to come back and focus on Houston, that's been so good to me, Freddie and I were talking, and we said, why not bring organizations together, and give everybody the opportunity to connect, right? Kind of cross-pollinate, and at the same time be a membership drive for all these organizations, right? So, the NHPO members can meet HYP, and and hopefully NHPO members join HYP, and HYP joins NHPO, and we've got so many amazing organizations that we're working with. And on August 19th, we're going to be doing an oil and gas and energy expo, and we're going to do just that. We're going to bring so many organizations to be a part of it, and then we're going to go out and we're going to market, the event, and we're going to take on all the responsibility of marketing the event and creating the flyers and sending everything out and doing all that good stuff, in hopes of packing the expo at Bayou Place, and hopefully bringing all those eyeballs to all the different organizations that we're working with. So, to answer your question the long way, that's our goal for the next, however long it takes is to be able to bring organizations together and hold these big, these big networking events where, all the members of these organizations can network with each other, but then be able to learn more about organizations. There's a lot of organizations that we were working with that I didn't even know existed. There's so many of those. So we want to bring light to the organizations, whether they're small, just starting out, or have been around for 15, 20 years. So we're working very closely with organizations, but also concentrating very, very hard on helping connect people.
You just said that I was about to bring up right now, helping. I want to take you back to when you spoke about, when I asked you about what made you successful with sales, and you said, I didn't look at it as sales. I looked at it as helping people. And that is such it's a connection. It's a personal connection. Is you making sure that you are in their story, that what is it that they need. It's not just, I need to go work out my muscles. I want to lose weight, but it's a story. And you learn from that woman you trained that she wanted to make sure that she was healthy and happy and looked amazing alongside her. Was it her daughter?
Yeah, her daughter.
So you were able to take that and to connect, and not just in a superficial way, but in a way that was connecting what you can do to helping her story become, or her dream to become real. And I can so see a parallel with myself. I a long time ago when I was in college, I used to be an aerobics instructor. I used to do step aerobics. I used to teach that. And so I would go to school and come over here to teach aerobics, then go back to school and then come back. Right. And I just started. I answered an ad, showed up. I actually showed up with my gear because I travel with everything because you never know. And she said, hey, well, I have an opening. Someone didn't show up. Do you want to teach the class? I'm like, I've never done it, but let's do it. Walked in, changed. I had already been doing it on my own at home. So then she's like, here's the music, here's this, and go for it. Did it, and she hired me on the spot. Next thing you know, she had me selling memberships. Next thing you know, she's like, I'm going to give you the keys to 3 locations. So you're going to now manage 3 aerobics places. And I always looked at it as having fun. When the women would come in, it was mostly a woman establishment. We had one guy here or there, but it was all about having fun while you're getting healthy. I never wanted to say, you're losing weight, because, that it kind of gets heavy. So right. You're coming to have fun. You're going to sweat it off. You're going to, walk away here energized, ready to go to your work, whatever, your kids, whatever. And that's how I looked at it. And then years later, when I really was at a really not so great point in my life, and I was trying to get healthy and lose weight, but I was not doing it for the right reasons. Sure. I literally went to like one of those top name places, and I put a lot of faith in the trainer because this person is someone I knew from high school. I thought he had my back, but all he had were numbers in his head. It was really apparent after I signed on that it was all about meeting numbers. And I went for a couple of sessions, then I had an appendectomy. My appendix was about to burst. I couldn't work out, and I told him what happened. And then he said there was nothing I could do so that you can still use all the paid time that I had put in, or that I had paid for, was lost. That there was no way he could go back and retroactivate. And I thought, so it was really all about the numbers.
Right.
I was really, really sad and upset, but I let it go. Fast forward now, I joined a small woman. Oh, it's not a woman's only, but it's a small gym. And this woman that is training me is doing what you did. It's all about connecting. What are your personal goals? What is it that you want to do? It's not just about going in and losing weight or looking a certain way. It's about building this, and everything else follows. And there's never been a time where I actually call my trainer and say, hey, what time are we going to get together? What time? I've never done that. It's always been like dreading, like, oh, I got to go work out. And now it's more like, oh, okay, it's Monday. What time on Monday are we going? What time do you show up?
Right.
It's all about it's not sales. You're so right. If anyone that is listening about when you see those ads about salesperson wanted, I love how you said it's how do I help that person understand what their needs are and how I can help them fulfill those needs. That's huge because do they teach that in business school? Probably not.
No, yeah, it's I don't know. I've always loved it. I've always been that way. Throughout my entire career, has always just been helping, and it's that's my passion, right? And so our generation, Claudia, we've done it. We've done it the hard way. We've gotten the business cards. We've gone to the networking events. We've written notes on the back of the cards. We've had the business card binders, etc. When we're having our meetings and really in creating this app, I was really thinking about the next generation, right? So two things I'm very, very passionate about is helping people succeed, and then helping the planet, right? So when we look to the future, at InCrowd, we really believe in two things, and that's really why we created it. We created it for the next generation of business professionals, giving them the opportunity to connect with generations before them, giving them an opportunity to succeed a heck of a lot faster than generations before them with technology, right? With technology they're familiar with on devices that they were raised on. Because I just think about, a high school student that, grew up in a small town and then went to, university and then moved from that, university to, let's say Houston, and they get a job at a company like Ernst & Young, and they're told to go network, and they're in their, early 20s. That might be a little bit difficult for them. It was difficult for me, and I feel like it's going to be even more challenging for that generation. And so we wanted to give them the opportunity to kind of put their foot, in the water a little bit, right? Give them an opportunity to look at their app from kind of behind the scenes, familiarize themselves, chat a little bit. When you look at organizations, you look at these big companies like WhatsApp, they just launched a part of their business that allows you to now chat with supercuts. So, that generation, the teenagers, I'm sure you're dealing with it right now. They don't like to pick up the phone and call to find out if somebody's open, right? I was at my cousin's and I said, hey, make the call and see what time the pizza place closes. She goes, no, never mind, I don't want pizza. And I was like, just because you don't want to call? And she's like, yeah, forget it.
You're like, what do I say? That's what girls are. What do I say, Mom?
It's all about the chatting. So, we wanted to give the next generation an opportunity to continue to network, right? And, network with what they're familiarized with, and that's the app, right? And chat. And so when they do go to the event, they already have connections. They'll be able to get there and network with people, but they'll feel like they have friends. And what we're finding is that it's really, really cool because they're able to chat with and connect with seasoned business professionals that they wouldn't have otherwise been able to.
I think we froze.
Can you? I'm still moving. I can't see you. You look like you froze, but can you still hear me?
I think okay. I hear you now. Okay. All right. So you were about to say about the connection.
Yeah. So what we found was that these younger business professionals that are just coming into the industry are able to connect with seasoned business professionals, which is really, really cool because they would not have otherwise been able to make those connections or felt comfortable walking up to, a seasoned business professional and asking them for advice. But through the platform, they're able to do that. So being able to connect the seasoned business professional with the rookies in business is something that's happening that we're super, super excited about. And then the digital business card versus a paper business card, we're hoping to have an impact on the planet with that. On our website, we have a couple of stats about paper business cards. There's on average about 10 billion printed annually in this country, and 88% of those are lost or thrown away within the first 4 days of exchange. So that's a lot of waste. It's a lot of wasted opportunities, paper waste, wasted space in the pockets, et cetera. So we really, we created it again. It just goes with what you were talking about in helping people first. Then the money or whatever else will follow. That's why when we launched the platform, we're completely free right now. We just want to provide the platform to as many business professionals as possible, and then also give the event organizers another platform to help market their events, to drive traffic, drive membership, give their members a better opportunity to network, better networking experience, and grow their organizations. So that's the passion, is help the next generation of business professionals succeed, help this generation continue to be successful, and help event organizers drive their membership and give their members a better networking experience. So
can you hear us, Comadre?
Yes.
Okay, you're
frozen. You're frozen in a very good position.
Yeah.
Not one of these.
All right. Okay. So meanwhile, La Comadre is trying to get back. Talk to us about this pictures here. I'm going to show you.
Sure.
All right. So I'm gonna share this one. And tell us about these events.
I'm so nervous. Okay. I'm like, what pictures are you going to show?
No.
Yeah. So the Meal of Means, this is an unbelievable event that's up on the platform. We've collaborated with Houston Millennials and Ivan Sanchez over there. If you all don't know Ivan Sanchez, he is a one of a kind. I mean, he's just absolutely kills everything he puts his mind to. I mean, the guy is an inspiration, and we've been targeting. I don't want to say. Well, I'll say it. I already said it. We were targeting Ivan for a long time, and we had, when we had the opportunity to work with the USHCC, we met so many unbelievable event organizers. And all of them said, Ivan Sanchez, you want to come to Houston, Ivan Sanchez, Freddie Gorgeous, Ivan Sanchez, Freddie. And so anyway, had the opportunity to be with Ivan, and he's putting on the Meal of Means, which is this Thursday. And, he brought together millennial millionaires, and he's going to put them on a panel and have a fireside chat and give everybody the opportunity to ask questions, how they did it. What are some of the success stories? What are some of the pain points? What are some of the sacrifices? And I think this is just an unbelievable event. If y'all can make it, and if the tickets are still available, I encourage everybody to attend that event.
So networking, it's all about. You were networking even before you got to Houston, and that's what it's about. Like getting connected, meeting. Putting yourself out there. I mean, these are skills that are not skills that are given to us or taught to us. We're things that we kind of stumble into. But what an amazing story behind what you're doing, because this is what's, like you said, you're setting up people for success now. Our generation, future generations, and just continuing to forge forward. So, am I back? I'm not frozen still.
You just froze, but you're good again. Yeah, it's frozen on my end, but it's a good. You keep getting lucky. You keep freezing it with a good, picture.
With a good pose.
Yeah, so many people freeze like. You're good.
So you can still hear my voice.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So I have a few questions as we close up. We're now towards the end. We only have about 5 minutes left, but I wanted to just close up with this. Just a few questions. If you had a chance to go back and talk to the 12-year-old version of yourself, 10, 12, tween, what would you tell yourself?
Woo! Oh, gosh. I would tell that little dude a lot. I would probably preach a lot of believing in yourself. And I think that believing in yourself and believing and understanding that you can do anything that you want to do. Anything is possible. There are no barriers. And one of the things for me that happened was, I was born and raised in a small town. And so opportunity there wasn't a lot of it, and so when I wanted to move to a bigger city and pursue business and whatnot, my father and some people that were close to me were just saying, look, it takes too much. You'd be better off getting a job at the refineries. You'd be better off doing something like that. And so I would tell the 12-year-old me, look, pursue what you want. Anything is possible. Dream big. Don't underestimate the fact that there is going to be a lot of hard work, but read, find out what you're passionate about and pursue it. Right? Don't go down a path because it's going to make you money or you're going to do this or that. Find what you're passionate about and become the best that you can become at it. I think specialized knowledge is huge. General knowledge is also great, but specialized knowledge is huge. And if you can find what you're passionate about early, and more so the parents, I would encourage the parents to find out what your kids are passionate about early and surround them with as much knowledge about that passion as possible and get them to love that early and empower them and equip them with as much knowledge as you can. And support them and encourage them to follow that as far as they can. So that's what I would told the 12-year-old me and done for the 12-year-old me.
That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. And these are words that of any parent that's listening, like you said, is what we need to make sure our kids are doing. Our like your nephews, a los ahijados, our own kids, the neighbors' kids, whoever's around you, so that you're there modeling that, and you're there. Now, these words are so needed. So thank you for sharing that. And we're already at the end. So La Super Comadre Liliana is going to come on and join us in a bit. But before we end, I also want you to tell everyone, how can people connect with you? What's the best way? Is it through Instagram, Facebook? What's the best way to connect with you and to get to know more about the InCrowd app, downloading it and using it themselves?
Yeah, so InCrowd.com. They can go to InCrowd.com, and from there they'll be able to download the app on Google Play or the App Store. And then once they have the app, they'll be able to see all the upcoming events that are taking place, all the networking events. They'll be able to learn a little bit about how the app works, about why we created it, our passion, and then to connect with me. Once they have the InCrowd app, they can hit their address book on the top left. It looks like a little address book icon. They click there, they hit search contact, type in my name, and then we can exchange digital business cards from wherever they are, wherever I am. As far as social media, InCrowd app on Instagram, InCrowd app on Facebook, and then Roland Martinez on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter as well. But everything is there. Everything is, if they go to InCrowd.com, it'll be able to take them to all the social media, and they'll be able to find everything they need from there.
All right. Well, now you heard. So, amigos y amigas que están escuchando este día, we had Roland Martinez sharing his story, sharing his passion, sharing just amazing words that included his journey, life journey, that led him to what he's created, and that is making networking, is changing the game of networking and making sure that we're constantly connecting, that we're going after our passion, and that we're making it happen. So thank you so much for taking the time today to join us on my show.
Thank you all so much for having me, and thank you so much for the support. We're really excited about about the future and about working with you all. And
yes.
And I definitely encourage anybody who's listening, if you're putting on events or hosting events, go to InCrowd.com, put them up on the platform. It's just another way to help market your event, and we're going to do everything we can to announce your event, send it out, go to our marketplace, let everybody know about it, and it's totally free. So yeah, thank you thank you all so much for having me and giving me the platform. And yeah, look forward to the future.
Yeah, and I already have it on my phone, so I already have the InCrowd app, and I've been using it, so it's easy to use. Just a FYI.
Yeah,
really easy to use. So don't go yet because we're going to take a final picture before we leave. But Liliana,
You're frozen, comadre.
Can you still hear me?
How do you get?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Did you how do you freeze in the best ways? I don't get it. I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing. You're like posing all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the story of my life. Like, what? You want a picture? Sure.
No, I'll get it later from the video.
All right. So final words from our sponsors, from you, Liliana. It's been amazing. Yes. Thank you so much.
We would like to invite everyone to become part of our sponsors group. If you need more information, just contact La Super Comadre Claudia Macias. You can always inbox or call 281-258-1427 for more information. And remember, if you have a product, a service, an event also, tell us about it. Call us. Tell us we need to get together and inform the world about it.
Well, now we have InCrowd.
Now we have InCrowd. Yeah, that's right.
The world about events.
Yes.
Things that are going on.
Yes, please.
Thank you, InCrowd app.
Am I still frozen? Am I still frozen?
And you're still frozen. Right?
You're still frozen.
Looks like a
beautifully frozen.
Yeah.
I wanted to close out with a picture. This is like my ultimate favorite picture that Chris Pignon, he is my sponsor of photography. And he's been doing my birthday shoots for the last 3 years. And for any event, he's always there to do the photography. There's a black and white picture. I don't know if I sent it to you in Messenger.
Hold on. Can you keep talking, comadre? Just give me 1 minute.
So because you can't see me because I'm frozen, we can go ahead and close with this amazing pose that, people always ask me, well, how does he do that? I said, it's actually me. I'm the director. He just puts the camera and he takes the pictures, but I tell him what I'm going to wear, how I'm going to pose. So, you know yourself. So if anyone would, needs a photographer, a professional photographer for either your headshots or you have, marketing needs, he is a person to call on. He is easy to work with. You give him literally your brain, your mind, and he takes that vision and makes it happen. And so Chris Pignon, he started doing photography about 3 years ago.
There we go. I've been having trouble with my little mouse.
Oh no. So yeah, this is like Claudia 2.0. This is like after COVID, I kicked it in the butt and I needed a shirt. I needed a men's shirt because I already had in my mind what I wanted to wear. And I didn't have one. So I told him, photographer, bring a men's dress shirt, white. He's like, what are you going to do? Don't worry about it. So, and so he showed up with the shirt and I did the thing and he's like, oh, now I see what you were doing. So this is how I feel now on the outside. It's been, and then I told him this is Claudia 2.0. He's like, no, girl, you've always been here. It was just put away for a while. And I'm back. So thank you, Chris Pignon, photography sponsor. Thank you to everyone that has crossed my path. You too, Roland. I mean, it's been amazing getting to know you and get to know your business and what you do. And shout out to Wrigley. I saw him earlier.
That's right. And Lupe.
Where's Lupe?
The little mascot of InCrowd.
Right. He needs to have a little shirt on. Hey, Wrigley.
Hey.
I'm trying to fix my mouse.
What camera do I look at? So, all right, Comadre. Thank you so much for always doing what you're doing and promoting and creating and singing and sharing and having this available for everyone to be able to jump on and listen and share and learn from. So gracias.
Yes. Thank you, Liliana.
Thank you both. And my mouse is working now.
Awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything. I was about to do a lot, but I couldn't. Now
I love tech, right? When it works, and when it doesn't, it is frustrating.
And whose birthday is it today?
Oh, my daughter. Yes, I put a picture. I don't know if you see it.
It's right here.
I this tradition where I have my girls take a picture of themselves with a picture of me holding them when they were a baby. So this is my 12-year-old. She turned 12 today. And every year they're like, Mom, you want to take a picture with that picture? I'm like, yeah. Until that picture's falling apart, we're gonna take a picture.
Happy birthday, Pilar.
She's somewhere around there.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, and also condolences on behalf of myself and La Super Comadre and the show and radio on your behalf, on our behalf to your family, Roland, for the passing of your family member. So
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, we're so sorry about it. And,
thank you so much for that. Yeah, it's my mom's a baby, so she's a baby of 7, so it was one of her older brothers. So she, definitely taking it pretty hard, but she's strong, and he's in a better place. So we're blessed that he's up there with my grandma and his sister and all that good stuff. So, but I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, we'll take care of your mom.
I definitely will.
All right. Well, gracias. Ahora foto.
No se puede. You're frozen.
Frozen? Oh my God, are you serious?
No, take it anyway. Take it anyway, just like that.
I want to see what I look like because
we remember how you looked.
Yeah. Liliana, we should take one. We should pretend like we're frozen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, let's see.
I love it. I love your frozen.
1, 2, and 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3.
Crazy.
Now you're moving. Now you are.
These pictures.
Oh no, she froze again.
Moving. Like I'm not frozen on my end.
But yeah, I'm like.
Oh my God. Okay, this extra part will not be listened on the repeating because it's over.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay.
Over an hour. All right. Thank you, Comadre, for all the guests you bring. Thank you, Roland, for your time.
Thank
you to all our sponsors for being part of RadioCrystalUSA.com for 5 years. Thank you.
Awesome.
Adiós y nos vemos después.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6,